I guess here we go again, just like every single year. New year, new me. You've got the new goals that you want to accomplish. You want to lose those pounds. You want to get some more money. You want to attract more women. You want to get a better physique. And yet, you think that all your problems are physical, that you just need more discipline, that you need to read more books, that you just need to learn more things to be worthy of having it. But no, let me actually explain to you how your problem is actually on a metaphysical level, so beyond what you can actually see, in higher planes of existence. Because without actually realizing the true nature of who you actually are, you will you will not be able to escape the frequency of being a loser, of not being that version of yourself that already accomplishes those top tier results that you're looking for. And therefore, let's get into it. And by the way, I've used this technique so many times before. Like, for example, back in summer of 2024, I wanted to read over 30 books. I guess it was actually 35. I don't remember exactly, but there were books from the ranges of, well, some of them were in the range of like 100 pages, and some of them even, I believe, 500 pages. But the point is, I started and finished it in literally 1.5 months. So I literally finished it like 15 days before August even ended. And that's how powerful all of this actually is. And it wasn't actually even then that I truly realized just how powerful this is. And here we are, 1.5 years later, with more experience. I'm about to teach you how you can be so OP that the universe is quite literally forced to prove to you that you already are that version of yourself. But first, before we actually get into all the metaphysics and actually getting rid of your procrastination problems and actually getting you to get the infinite motivation that you've been desiring to have all this time, we actually need to do one crucial step, and that is to set crystal clear clarity. That's right, whether it is with any goal that you're trying to accomplish. I don't care what it is, whether it is losing weight, making more money, getting more friends, speaking to more girls, reading books, watching videos, whether it is anything. It needs to be crystal clear. That's right. You shouldn't just say, "Oh, I want to read more books." No. You should say that by, I don't know, June, so the the 1/2 of this year, you should read, I don't know, books about psychology, and you want to read like 50 of them, for example. That's the crystal clear clarity that I want you to get. Because without being crystal clear, you could literally read one page of book, and that is it. And then all of your motivation just dies out, and then you realize, wait, but why isn't anything working? Well, but it was working so well for the first like 2 weeks. No way. I'm not falling for the trap again. I'm not gonna lose momentum this year, and then you have all of these thoughts that just fuck up your consciousness, and then it's all just the same cycle over and over and over again, and then your New Year's resolution just fails once again. I know how it feels. I've never particularly been in that situation, but trust me, with what I'm about to teach you right now, you will never fall down into that position ever again. Now, let's actually get into the real reason why you've been procrastinating and why you have literally no motivation whatsoever. With now finally having clear and set goals, I want you to understand this and really think about this, not just on a physical level, but on a mental and emotional level. Does a poor person try to be poor? Does, does a fat person try to be fat? Does a crackhead try to be addicted to drugs? No, they just naturally do it. It's just something like a second nature to them. They just do it without anyone disciplining them. They don't need to watch motivational videos to drink. They don't need to, I don't know, do 50 push ups every single day in the morning to do whatever, right? They don't need to motivate themselves at all because they already are occupying the mental and emotional state, the identity, the self concept, the frequency of already being someone that just naturally does all of those things. Because if you are a crackhead, it's natural that you're gonna do crack, right? If you're a millionaire, then making 10K per month is just so easy for you. It just happens. If you are a fit person, then you naturally can do 50 push ups in just one set. You understand what I'm trying to say. So your problem was never anything physical, it was metaphysical. It was on higher planes of existence. Hence why we say in the title, like a god. Now, the reason why I put God into quotation marks is because I want you to understand this. When you read the Bible metaphysically, you actually realize that God isn't some kind of a isn't something external from you. It is the awareness behind all of this. It is your awareness, the infinite energy that makes up this universe, the infinite awareness. And you are the infinite awareness looking from a central point. You are quite literally the universe experiencing itself from one particular source. And this one infinite potential energy slash consciousness can embody any kind of consciousness. It can embody any kind of self-concept, any kind of, how should I call it? Any kind of frequency, for example. Therefore, we see people who win and people who lose. Before anything can exist physically, it first needs to exist vibrationally. Vibrationally is a combination of mental and emotional. But trust me, once you change your frequency, self-concept, state of mind, the way that you view yourself, and your energy, it's all just the same thing. The moment that you change on a subconscious level how you see yourself, then the thoughts that you think, the emotions that you feel, and the action that you take, all of those things will be taken care of. When I read those 30 books in just 1.5 months, I was on the frequency of being a passionate learner on who was developing himself, who wanted to improve himself, who wanted to become a better man. And I saw the benefits from reading those books and actually internalizing the knowledge that they taught me. And to this day, it has paid off so fucking much. And therefore, you need to quite literally get addicted to the state of mind of being someone that is a winner. Because chances are, you've experienced more benefits from being a loser than from being a winner. Let's just be completely honest. Because what is more comfortable to you? Either being the loser that you are right now, or being the winner. Because I know that, especially in the early days of you trying to take action, your old frequency that you've been feeding your entire life, your energy, will not try to let you go. But after some time, it will come so easily that you will literally be surprised on how fast it has actually happened. And so, now here's the thing. How can you actually change your frequency so that you can start actually pushing down the smaller dominoes, which includes taking physical action? Well, here's the thing. I want you to not just adopt the identity of already being that version of yourself that already has it fulfilled, that already has that goal completed, just consciously. I want you to also adopt it subconsciously. Because here's the thing. In this universe, you can only have what you already have, whether that is mentally, emotionally, or physically. You need to give it to yourself before the universe proves it to you. I know it's the annoying law of the universe. You can only have what you already have. You cannot sit in 2 chairs at once. You cannot embody the frequency of being a loser and a winner at the same time. You can only embody either of those two, if that makes sense. Therefore, you need to get used to the frequency of being a winner. So, and I don't care what kind of a technique that you use, whether it can be visualization, affirmations, it can be truly anything. The technique itself doesn't matter. What matters is the mental and emotional state of already of being that version of yourself from that desired reality. And the best way that I personally do it, the best way that I step into that mental and emotional state for the first time, is that I imagine a scene whilst I'm in a deeply meditative state. When my brain has started producing the brainwaves of theta, which is a highly relaxed state, where your subconscious mind is literally open, like an open door, where I imagine that someone that I love is congratulating me or acknowledging in some kind of a way that I'm already that version of myself, and then I loop it over and over and over again, that it just becomes more natural to me, that mental and emotional state of already being that version of myself that already has those goals completed. When compared to that version of me that is a loser and that still hasn't fulfilled those goals yet, you just need to change your self concept. And then, after you do it, after you change your frequency on a conscious and a subconscious level, then I don't want you to get addicted to that technique. I know we only need to use the technique as just a helping source to produce that mental and emotional state for the first couple of tries, and then you're on your own. That's how it works. Because when you become emotionally dependent on that technique, then every time that you're not doing the technique, or you miss a day, for example, you'll feel like you're not being productive and that it's still gonna take some time for that reality to materialize. But no, what we're doing over here is focusing purely on the internal world. Because, like I already said, before anything can exist physically, it first must exist mentally and emotionally. And the way that you can start thinking the right thoughts and feeling the right emotions so that you take the right action to actually materialize what it is that you want is to first change your self concept, whether you want to call it frequency, state of consciousness, imagination, energy. It is all just the same thing. It's all just interchangeable terms. And I promise to you that once you do this and once you knock down the largest domino, everything will follow. Once you get addicted to that new frequency of being a winner, of actually feeling and experiencing the desired reality that you seek to materialize, and you start to find it more normal than the reality of you being a loser, then that's the point where you know that you've won. Because at that point, you will start to take the right action. Because, like I said in those examples in the beginning, does a fat person try to be fat? No, they just do it because they're on the frequency. And it will all work, and I promise to you, it will all work out so efficiently that you won't even realize it. Like, the work itself won't even feel like work anymore. Like, for example, making these videos. I love making them because I'm on the frequency of being a YouTuber. And working out, for example. Some people say that, oh, why are you trying so hard? But to me, it's nothing. Working out is just fun. And I don't even think about it half of the time. Like, I'm like a robot that is just locked in. Think about it. Many people can't even watch a 50-minute long video, and yet I do it so effortlessly. Because I genuinely love internalizing the knowledge from those videos. You understand what I'm trying to say? And then time will just go by so fast that before you even know it, it has already materialized. And these are the signs that you will see. You won't even find, like, just genuinely think about it. The action that that version of yourself would take right now, I'm assuming that you're still in the frequency of you being a loser of your undesired reality. The action, think of the action that that version of yourself takes in that desired reality. Right now, you might look at it like, oh, that's so much work. Like, yeah, it's gonna be so bothersome. Like, yeah, that's gonna be very difficult. But that version of yourself just views it like another Tuesday. And that version of yourself, of course, it still puts effort into its work, right? It still does its workouts with effort and with focus and with precision. It still does the business work that's non negotiable, but it doesn't do it with effort that is imbued with negative energy, but with positive energy. He thinks about the future. He thinks about the long-term gains. He even says to himself, of course, in his mind, mentally, that this pain will turn into fucking pleasure and it will be amazing. Once you get to that frequency, where you've already experienced the end product, the end benefit of the long-term gratification and of the instant gratification that that reality offers you, then the action towards that reality will become effortless. And that's the whole point of this video. You need to be it before the world proves it to you. And when you are it before the world proves it to you, you unlock infinite motivation and all the procrastination ends just like that. And you achieve it before you even realize it. Like, time will start to fly by so fast that you won't even realize it. And yeah, that's everything. And by the way, if you're more interested about this manifestation stuff and just healthy mindsets that improve your life in general, then you can check out my Timeless Reader's Mindsets in the description. It is something truly life-changing, and just look at these people. They have benefited so much from me, and they haven't even seen a single life lesson from that course. But of course, no pressure. It is just something that if you grow to like me, you can buy. But for the time being, go implement the advice that I've given you, and I promise to you, yeah, things will start to shift rapidly. So yeah, take care.